The Joel and Randy Show, brought to you by Really Cheap Vodka.
It's not that cheap.
It's cheap enough. But hey, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
It's the Joel and Randy Show.
All you bitches and hoes.
It's the Joel and Randy Show.
It's all tea, honey.
All shade.
And it's Texas made.
Did someone say Texas made?
Texas made.
Deep down in the Texas South.
I wouldn't say South.
I would say South.
Sort of, we're coastal. I don't know about South.
I don't know about South. I don't really know about South. But it's the Joel and Randy Show.
It is indeed. So welcome.
Welcome. Welcome to a new show. Welcome to a new show. New episode. New day. New time. New doing everything new.
Yes, indeed. Joel seems to be full of the spirit today,
I am
honey.
full of the spirit. I've been full of the spirit for the last few days, honey, because things... Oh, Lord. I want to start the show off before we get to the fun, and we are going to have fun on this episode. Let's get to a little incident that happened just a little while ago with a transgendered sister of ours. Miss Thing had a longtime boyfriend who was in the military, by the way, and ended up dead at his hands. And I'm not talking about just dead. I'm talking about 119 times stabbed to death, dead.
Oh, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to hear stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
It's scary. It's awful. And yet this is what is happening in our transgender community. Now, the thing is that that's a terrible thing, and that's what happened.
Yeah, but was it because he didn't know about her situation?
So here's the big debate that I managed to land myself in on Facebook, which I need to stop doing.
You have got to stop fighting on Facebook. It doesn't do any good for anybody.
It does no good. I've realized something about Facebook. I love
the devil.
It is the devil. I love when people say, "I'm not racist, but I'm not sexist, but I'm not homophobic, but I'm not misogynist, but." Yeah,
Yeah, that's exactly what you is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
So when I am
all that and more
having a conversation with someone who is, maybe if she had told him from the beginning what she was, it doesn't matter whether she told him from the beginning, at the end. Here's the thing.
Crazy. People are crazy.
And here's the thing. When you start talking like that, you start feeling sorry for the person who committed the murder.
Oh, I wouldn't say that at all.
No. And I don't even. It's one thing, and I don't mean to say it like this, but it's one thing. Whether she told it, we will never know because she's dead.
We'll never know, and
she's dead.
He could be lying about that
exactly
because there is a defense called gay panic defense. So. He could be lying. She could have come to him on Front Street and told him, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We weren't there.
You know why? Because she got stabbed 119 times, and she ain't walking around to tell anybody anything.
Right. Bless her heart.
So when people...
But we don't know. But I'll be honest with you. I really feel that but anyone who's transgendered should come forward from the outset because you have to be careful. You have to protect yourself. And there is crazy. Crazy is out there. So in order to defend yourself against crazy, you've got to tell them who you are from the outset, I think. But no kissing or anything until they know who you are because you have to keep yourself safe. And that's a way to keep yourself safe.
And I hate to use but. And I really do.
You just said but that's not. See, I said it too. It's hard not to say but.
I know.
It's a filler word. As
it is a filler. It is a filler word. Here's the thing. We will never know that because she's dead.
She sure is. And that's terrible.
She is dead. So we will never know. Maybe she did tell him from the beginning, and then crazy went further downhill.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't tell him until after, and crazy went downhill.
Maybe his friends found out and he already knew, but he was so shamed behind it that he went into this crazy rage.
But the thing is that we will never know because she's dead, and he murdered her.
Right.
And let me tell you something that I will not argue about with anybody on Facebook.
No.
Murder is wrong. I don't care.
Murder is
taken. You have taken a life.
Yes.
You not only took her life, you took the entire circle of friends that she had. You took her entire family. You took her entire world and destroyed it.
Yes.
119 times.
Yep.
You destroyed it 119 times.
Just awful.
And it is awful. And it is terrible that I have to have an argument with people to remind them.
I can't
she
believe
was murdered.
Fools.
Murdered.
We don't have time for fools on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. So let me remind you once again, she was murdered.
Right.
We will never know her side of the story because she is 6 feet under.
Yep.
And all we have is
a lot of people are going for cremation these days.
A lot of people are.
But
we will never know her side of the story because she is dead.
Yes, indeed.
All we know is his side of the story, the murderer, who can literally say anything he wants. You know, the funny thing is that he said, I don't remember that it happened. However, he stole her cell phone and her money out of her purse.
Yeah, he's going for the gay panic defense.
Only got 45 years
in a blind rage because of
but you had and he took a shower after he left her bleeding in the bed. Went and took a shower, took her cell phone, took money out of her purse, got in the car and just drove off like it was nothing. So don't tell me that I'm supposed to listen to his side of the story,
right?
Because he murdered her.
Exactly.
And I don't listen to a murderer. We listen to liars all day long. We should know this by now. Don't listen to a murderer. You don't know what happened because we don't have her side of the story.
That's right.
So you people on Facebook who are arguing about this, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you. Because we will never, ever know her side of the story. Yeah, she is not going to go on Facebook and defend herself and say, well, I told him, blah, blah. No, she's never going to be able to do that.
She
can't do that.
Silence.
So I want to get that off my chest because it made me mad for 3 days. Yes, girl. It made me mad for 3 days.
You can't get off.
It made me mad because all these queens are arguing about whether or not she should have told him, she shouldn't have told him, blah, 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 blah.
Well,
the bitch is dead. I'm sorry. I don't mean no disrespect.
No, don't.
I don't mean no disrespect. But she is dead. She can't defend herself.
Ooh, indeed.
So, if anything, y'all should be talking about how heinous it was, how we should never let this happen again, and education, education, education.
Right.
But all this victim blaming has got to come to a stop right now, especially when the victim can't talk back.
That's true.
So I got that off my chest.
Well, I'm glad you
Lord. Ooh. I've been saving this I've been holding this up for 3 days. Girl, I've been holding it in for like bad gas, girl.
Oh, no, not bad gas.
Like eating a terrible burrito.
Oh, no, girl. Now we got to bring the burritos in.
But
we just had a little fun time at a little restaurant, a little Mexican restaurant. I had 2 crispy tacos, girl, and they were good.
They do make a good crispy taco, girl.
I like a crispy taco. I know there's some soft taco girls out there. Shout out to the soft taco girls, but I'm a crispy taco kind of sister.
Although soft taco girls are usually lesbian.
See, you say we're friends to the lesbians.
We are friends.
And then you make that kind of comment.
We are friends.
Don't you let
girl, you know those girls love a soft taco, girl.
You might
if it makes anybody feel better,
get popped.
If it makes anybody feel better, I like a good chorizo myself. I love a good chorizo, a good kielbasa, a nice
I like a Polish
country sausage.
I like a Polish.
No Vienna sausages though. No Vienna wieners.
No Vienna. No. Y'all keep those Viennas to yourself.
They come in a tiny little can and no. Sometimes they come in big They come big, and then you open that can, and then it's like, oh, look at these little, look at that little sausage.
No, shout out to those little girls. I feel sorry for y'all. Little stuff. Somebody likes it though. Somebody's gotta like it.
Heterosexual women. That's the only ones. That is the only ones. You know, we will be having. We're going to be doing some live episodes, and we're going to be talking about sexualities in those live episodes. So
we bringing on all kinds.
We bringing all kinds of folks.
Yes, indeed.
We bring it, and I decided that we're going to bring ordinary folks, everyday run-of-the-mill folks who are all kinds of sexualities, talking about who they are, having a good time, some Texas tea.
Yes, indeed.
And a little education does not hurt.
If we don't get killed behind it, because you don't know who we bringing up in this house. We might get killed.
We might, and you know what?
You might find us getting killed live on the show. Welcome to the Joe and Randy show, and we get massacred right here on the show.
That's fine. Somebody call 911. Or just text it, because we know you're just going to text 911.
Get all these weirdos and perverts up in here and see what happens.
You know what? I did want to bring this up.
I'm not trying to judge nobody, but get all these weirdos and perverts up in here and see what happens.
You know, I have a miracle of modern technology that I can carry around in my hand every single day. Every single day. And yet, here's the funny thing.
You know that's alien technology, right?
Girl,
No, girl, we break off a piece of that shit from Roswell all the time. And then we all already had cell phones. We could have had cell phones in the 40s. Mm-hmm. But we're not trying to make things go too fast because we don't want to scare nobody. Mm-hmm. But we got that technology in Roswell, baby.
Okay.
It's coming down the road.
It's coming down the road.
Some more stuff because we already have that technology.
But right now, we're just going to talk about the social implications of it. We won't talk about where the technology came from.
The aliens.
We'll talk about that another episode. But I have noticed that, you know, this modern miracle of technology, regardless of where it came from.
The aliens.
Mm-hmm. I spend more time. Do you spend more time texting people than you do talking on the phone? You know, when I do call people on the phone,
I hate texting.
You know, when I do call people on the phone, and they're like, "Well, why didn't you just text?"
Because I have a person.
Because I have a phone. It is a phone,
and you cannot properly emote by text. Mm-hmm. People, you know, you cannot properly emote by text. Mm-hmm. I want you to know what I'm saying for real. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be texting, and I was not the best person when it came to punctuation in school. Mm-hmm. I damn sure ain't gonna be the best person on the damn cell phone.
I had that same problem, and then someone said, Joel, you know the reason why you always come off angry in your text messages? It's because you don't use emojis. You need to use emojis.
Fucking emojis.
I'm like, really? So now I have to go.
Damn emojis.
So
what are we in third grade?
I know. So in order for me to say, "Hey, girl, what are you doing?"
You have to. I have to put a smiley face.
I have to put a smiley face at the end, so you know that I'm like not going, "Hey, girl, what are you doing?" Or, "Girl, what are you doing?"
Or what are you doing, girl?
Yeah, exactly. Coming off sounding angry.
I don't know how you're gonna sound. See, that's why I don't text. I don't text. Texting just worries me to death.
But I find that the younger people prefer that you text over calling, and I'm like, well, I'd rather call. I like to hear the sound of a voice.
I do too. And
I like to know that the person.
I find the younger people can kiss my ass. That's what I find. Because I don't talk to nobody young.
But when I talk to younger people about why they don't talk on the phone, they're like, "Who talks on the phone? You have a phone in your hand.
Exactly.
You have the capability to talk to a human voice on the other side of that portable device.
Don't let those aliens die in vain, child. Up in
but you have a portable device that allows you to. Yeah,
and we dissect them and take the technology out the ship and just so you can text and talk on the phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start another show where Randy can sit here with a bunch of conspiracy theorists with really bad hair.
Are you making fun of
who are experts at absolutely nothing?
I was out in the elements.
I watched when we were on the cruise ship. David and I had a couple of cocktails, and we watched Alien Mysteries on A&E.
Oh, really?
And we're both sitting here going, why do all these experts have terrible hair? They just have
you're talking about that one expert with really bad hair.
Oh, my God, his hair.
He's kind of right.
Except
for his hair.
He is terrible. I know, what are you an expert at?
You know what the thing is? His hair makes him look crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's not good when you're an alien theorist.
I want you to
look crazy. You're supposed to look good. You're supposed to have your shit together because people already think you're crazy, and then you show up with that hair. Shout out to that man. Do something with your hair, please.
Do something with your hair, and I think he's English. What is it?
No, he's an American.
Oh, good Lord! And then he had the worst suit on I have ever seen to go with that hair, and it was just.
That suit is straight up from the 80s, honey. I don't know where
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea. And I'm
Men's Warehouse circa 1985.
You went and shopped in the clearance rack.
Baby.
Baby,
you don't have no money. Well, he makes money off those little shows. Yeah. So he's on all of them. Because he's actually, he's a ufologist. I don't know where he graduated from.
I have no idea what that is.
I didn't know that. He's a UFO expert. Yes, Queen. A UFO expert is called a ufologist, bitch.
Oh my God, that sounds like a proctologist sidekick.
What's he studying? The UFO? Ain't no such thing as a UFO.
No, it's like it's really called a ufologist.
Yes, he's a ufologist.
Oh my! How many of these shows are you watching, girl?
I watch them from time to time. They're fun. They are fun.
They are funny. They are extremely funny. But these are.
You better watch out. You are asking for proof. Don't be asking for proof in a world full of aliens, because you go get it.
I believe in science. And
they are out there.
I am not.
They're listening to us right now.
Now,
because they are among us.
I have heard several theories on space travel, if there are UFOs. And most likely, and this is the theory that
you have to use wormholes and fold space.
Yes, exactly. Or multi-universe.
There are
multi-universes. So the idea of maybe you figured out a way to cross over into other universes.
You better watch out asking all these questions. Somebody's going to come knocking on your door. This is black, bitch.
I don't think that anybody is worried about two elderly gay men.
Elderly? Who the hell are you calling elderly? I hope you're yelling out the window to somebody. Elderly man out there, you need to go. We are members of the inspired Joel to call me elderly.
Sweetie, the moment that we turned 50 in the gay community, we became elderly.
Girl, the moment you turn 30 in the gay community,
yeah, exactly. Oh no, when you turn 30,
you are aged out at 30.
You are aged out at 30 in the gay community,
unless you got money. And then they just using you for your damn money. We've had this conversation.
Yes, exactly. So you get
foolish old queens out there entertaining these young boys thinking that they want you. They don't want your old turkey neck dick. Anyway. I don't mean no harm, but y'all need to come correct.
Now, I have said this before and I'll say it again. May-December romances. Nothing wrong with that.
It ain't real. It's not.
90% of them.
We all know that young queen is just using that old man for his money, and that old man's so stupid he doesn't think so. And we have had this conversation. Old gay queens with lots of money, y'all need to get real.
Ooh, this is a story that I have wanted to tell for quite some time, and I'm glad that this subject came up. When I worked at Baba Yaga's here in Houston, there was a couple that used to come in to the restaurant, and they were May-December. But when I say May-December, maybe he was about, I'm guessing 50-30, maybe 35-ish. Not like 20s or what have you.
Oh,
but
yeah.
And they were the cutest couple on the planet. They would sit They would hold hands. They would talk.
Well, you got to play the game.
They would hold hands. They would talk. They would do all this other stuff, and they were just so sweet to each other. They were incredibly sweet to each other.
He was earning that allowance.
But the 30-year-old actually made more money than the 50-year-old.
Oh, that's a shock.
So
there are gay men out there who are simply attracted to older men, and not necessarily for their money. I've seen some young guys pull some old trade from the bar, and I know how much money that man made, and he didn't make that much money.
I have seen that
went
too.
home and tricked with him, and shout out to those girls who can handle that, because I'm not.
And
I can't handle that old turkey neck looking dick.
And let me tell you something. When I was a young man, almost all the men I dated were over 40. I loved older men. Loved. I
never dated anybody younger than me, but I never dated anybody.
Oh no, I had
that much older.
The oldest man that I dated was 50, and he was a photographer. He had a lovely home in the Heights. Was incredible in bed. Oh my God, he was incredible in bed. It was one of the best sexual experiences I've ever had.
Well, that sex is coming on next week.
Yeah. He was incredible. And I loved older men when I was younger. So I didn't have a problem. The only problem that ever came up is that when he introduced me to his friends, who were all the same age. Who were all the same age. And we're sitting around, and they're talking to me
about
things that they think
Lawrence Welk show.
They're talking to me about things that they think I don't know about. But even then, I was pretty much an old soul. So I knew all of the conversations they were having. I knew all of the things that they were into from their past as kids and all this other stuff.
Well, you're a very good conversationalist, and so am I. I can talk to anybody.
And
I don't know about tricking with anybody, but I can talk to anybody.
I can literally talk to anybody. So it was a shock for them that I could hold a conversation with them. Also, the fact that we were also an interracial couple, so I had to deal with the fact. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know that translated. We always forget how strong these microphones are until one of us burps.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we play it on, and then we're like, "Girl, I'm not editing that shit."
Yeah, I know exactly. But I mean,
don't get me wrong. I don't edit nothing. Joel does all the editing. Bless his heart.
But here's the thing. I thought it was the most fun I'd ever had because by the end of the evening, they loved me. They're like, "Oh, he knows so much about this and that." And blah. Now, like I said, I had to deal with the fact that I was younger and I was black, and all of his friends were white, and they were all the same age. And they're having all these conversations about the places they've been to and the things that they've done. And I was able to hold conversations with them. Right. And they were looking at me with such surprise that I was like, what?
Well,
and he leaned over. And he leaned over and he said, "Oh my God, I was so scared to bring you to hang out with my friends because I know my friends could." And gay men, we are the cruelest people on the planet. I don't care what age.
Some judgmental, cruel motherfuckers.
We are cruel motherfuckers.
Both of us are. Even we are. We can't help it, girl. Yeah, apparently, it's genetic.
It's a genetic thing.
Because all you bitches are so mean. I can't believe you motherfuckers. I'm just saying.
And we are the cruelest motherfuckers on the planet. But
I'm telling you what.
But when you impress us, you impress us. And that is a thing. And I felt
I ain't been impressed in a while. So.
And I walked into that situation with both of my hands on, both of my knuckles on my hips, going,
like you were super gay.
There you go. And then we went home and made fantastic love and had a good time.
The sex show is next week.
No, the sexuality show is next week.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, the sexuality show. Like I said, we're going to do live episodes, several episodes, and they're always going to be live. And we're going to introduce...
We're going to drag in some folks from the street.
We're going to put everybody under the LGBTQIA...
What the hell is the IA?
Intersex.
Lord have mercy.
Which I watched a fantastic documentary on. Which I watched.
I don't mean no harm.
And intersex is actually the old school... Well, old school, it was hermaphrodite.
Bless their heart.
when you were born with both.
And you know what? That's
That's a real condition.
That's a real condition.
That's a real condition.
And
1% of the world's population.
Very, it's got to be tough for those people to deal with. So I don't mean no harm. I was kidding when I laughed and said, "Lord have mercy."
I don't know if we're. I don't. The problem is
that's a real thing, and that's an issue that a lot of 1% of the population has to deal with.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I don't envy you your situation, but I do envy you your bravery. Dealing with that it's got to be hard on
it is.
people.
It is very hard. It is very hard. But the thing is I don't think that we will have anyone here who's
intersex.
Who's intersex. Because honestly, do you know anyone who is intersex?
Not to my knowledge, but I don't think it's something that people readily just walk up to you and say, "Hi, my name is Joe."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm intersex.
Yeah.
And you know what? That would be cool if Joe did that. Because you know what? I appreciate and respect Joe if he did do that. But I don't think Joe's going to do that. Because we don't live in that kind of world, unfortunately.
No, we do not.
Unfortunately, where you can let yourself be yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
From the outset.
This world sometimes,
especially the gay world.
The gay world. Oh, the gay world.
You motherfuckers are mean.
Yeah, we are the meanest people on the planet.
We are some of the meanest, most judgmental, heinous bitches. Speaking of mean and judgmental.
Oh, before we get into that though, let's take a little bit of a break. Let's take a little bit of a break. We're slowly starting to introduce a new skit. The Misadventures
of Debbie Sue Hickman.
Of Debbie Sue Hickman.
She's Miss Georgia Can Peaches 1983, and she'll never let you forget it.
So we're going to let you hear a little bit of her adventures, because an interesting conversation happened at 3 a.m. that I would really love for the listeners to hear. So I'm going to let you listen to that, and then we'll be right back.
Oh, you stopped at the 20s.
Hello. Who is this? Who is this? This is Virgil. Virgil, what are you doing calling me at this hour? Well, that crazy wife of yours calls us at all hours. I just wanted to speak to her. Debbie Sue? Did you marry somebody else? Hell no, I love that woman. She's beautiful. She's crazy. Can I speak to her? Well, I suppose so. Hold on a minute. Debbie Sue. What? Debbie Sue. What? Debbie Sue. Wake up. Virgil's on the phone. Virgil? What is Virgil doing on the phone? Hello, is Ivy Nell okay? She's fine. Well, Virgil, why are you calling me at this hour? It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I have to wake up tomorrow. I've got a hair appointment. Yeah, I bet you do. Well, what do you want? I wanted you to know that I forgive you. You forgive me? You forgive me for what? All your judgment of me over all these years. I talked to preacher, and I should forgive you because I may be sick. You may be sick, darling. What's wrong with you? I said I may be sick. I'm 85 years old. I could have all kinds of problems. Well, Lord, I hope you don't have any problems. My only problem right now is you. Me? Well, shit. Virgil, if your only problem and your only illness is me, then you can go to hell. You know it? Fuck you, Virgil.
We're back, girls.
Hey.
We're back, girls. We're back. Ooh, Lord.
Ooh.
Lord have mercy. We usually stop at the 30-minute mark, but, you know, Lord, we are drinking big, giant gulps of Texas tea, so...
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, somebody had to make a run.
Well, like I was going to say, you know, speaking of crazy people and all that, and people acting a fool and all that, we're just going to do a little slight celebrity news, because I really found it really sad and quite interesting. Someone who's become so popular would do something so stupid. Our friend, the only rapper I've ever liked, Cardi B girl.
She
threw down with Nicki Minaj.
Oh my goodness,
and Cardi B never should have done that, because the truth is, it turns out Nicki Minaj didn't say anything about her. She had heard that Nicki said something and jumped the gun, and
what had happened was
jumped the gun and jumped that bitch.
What had happened is that she heard that Nicki Minaj had said something about her daughter,
and how
her child,
her parenting skills,
and everything else, and they threw a shoe at her, girl. Tried to throw a shoe and then got knocked in the head.
Yes, indeed.
Let me tell you something, Miss Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Let me tell y'all something.
Y'all need to act like grown folks.
Y'all, I don't understand what's going on. I honestly do not understand what.
And it was wasn't it at the Harper's Bazaar?
I guess so.
At the Harper's Bazaar. Girl, ain't nobody violent. And nobody expected that shit.
And I have to say that, ladies,
let's be ladies.
Let's be ladies here. If you got something to say to her, say it in the restroom.
Things would have went really bad in the restroom. There's lots of marble around in the restroom. Somebody could have been killed in the restroom.
Or say it someplace.
Mirrors and marble.
Don't say it in front of 1,000 people with reporters all around.
Kicking up some dust.
If the girl says something about you, now don't get me wrong. You say something about my child. If I had a child, if you said something about my child,
and my parenting skills. It would be
you gonna get slapped, bitch. Bitch, you gonna get slapped. It will be on. But I want to make sure. I always want to make sure, because that's the kind of person that I am.
You have to make sure that your source is right.
Are correct.
And the source ought to watch out, because the source is probably gonna get in trouble from this too.
Exactly.
So I'd watch
so
out.
I would like to
out of her.
Make sure that your sources are reliable before you. Keep it real before you decide to keep it real.
But Miss Thing does talk about people a lot, so maybe she needs to stop. Miss Thing needs to stop talking about people like she does.
Exactly.
She does tend to run her mouth. She was running her mouth on Mariah when they were on American Idol and stuff. Being all disrespectful. I didn't like that at all, because Mariah is a little cray. Behind her attitude and everything, and I get that. Nicki Minaj didn't appreciate that, but you need to have respect for somebody with that kind of career.
This might be the only time that this is actually okay. When we had this conversation about Miss Aretha Franklin and Miss Patti LaBelle and the whole diva thing.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's a diva.
Oh yeah.
The bitch is a diva.
Oh yeah.
She is a diva. She knows she's a diva.
Oh yeah.
She thinks that the world revolves around her.
That's true.
This woman is almost 50 years old, still walking around half naked half the time. Half naked half the time. She don't care about what nobody thinks about her.
That's true.
At all. That little Christmas special. That Christmas special she did, where she only had 2 boobs. She had 2 boobs. 2 boobs, and that's it. And couldn't remember the words to the song.
Oh, that was just tragic.
And it was just tragic. And trust me.
But Nikki, you ain't there.
You are not there, girl.
And neither is Miss Cardi B. So.
But the thing is that here's why I say, when you've reached that kind of celebrity, you know how to recover from that. Now I know Miss Cardi B.
She'll recover.
Both of y'all will recover.
She's for the streets, and it really shows. She really showed her street.
And she's not ashamed of, by the way,
show hit it.
Yes. For all you people of color, especially you black folks, shall we sing the song? People of color. Especially you black folks. Please, please stop telling this woman to be something that she is not. The girl is from the streets. You knew the girl was from the streets.
Yeah, y'all, this ain't.
Stop doing that.
This ain't My Fair Lady and shit.
She is not. No, she has never pretended to be anything but herself.
That's true.
And all you black folks saying, "Oh, well, she needs to stop acting a fool in front of white folks and all this other stuff." Stop doing that.
Is it 1961?
Exactly. How dare you tell another black person how to act? How dare you?
Stop.
Don't do that because you will get hurt. Do not do that. Let her be her. And by the way, by her being her has made her super successful.
That's right.
So y'all sounding pretty jealous to me.
Jealous.
Y'all sounding pretty jealous.
Jealous.
If she went up there with a Harvard degree and acted like that, then that's one thing.
Yeah.
But she is from the streets. She has never
and
pretended
y'all trying
to be
to get her
anything.
to act all sedity.
Yeah, sedity and all this other stuff. That's not who she was. That's not who she will be.
No.
You let it go. Let it
go.
Hell, the pictures on the internet with her as a little girl. You really thought that little girl was going to be any different from who she is right now? Right. Y'all need to stop.
Y'all need to stop trying to make her all bougie.
Mm-hmm. She is not bougie.
She's not bougie.
She is not bougie.
And you bougie bitches need to stop judging anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You worse than gay.
And why y'all worried about what white people think anyway? Let her just do her thing.
People should mind their own damn business.
When you learn to use your gifts, what you have, to make it and be successful, that is a learning tool. That is a learning tool to take what you have and make it successful. That's something to be celebrated.
That's true.
That is something to be celebrated. We all can't go to college. We all can't be super fancy and all sedity and bougie and all this other stuff.
Well, she's got her keys, and she may have found her keys in the gutter on Park Street somewhere, but she's got her keys.
And this woman has never.
Success.
And by the way, this woman used to dance on the pole. This woman used to dance on the pole. So when you have danced on the pole and you are now the most hottest thing in the country, you a super smart bitch. You a super smart bitch.
That's right, but not smart enough not to be fighting at the Harper's party.
Girl, no, that was no.
Because a lady should be a lady now.
Blame you. Oh, I have no one else to blame but your sources, girl. Blame your sources because
blame your sources. Gossiping bitches.
Gossiping bitches who wanted to see you act a fool. Don't do that.
See. You were played, girl. You got played.
You're from the streets. You should know better than that. You are from the streets. You should know better when someone is trying to make a fool out of you, and your sources made a fool out of you. So I hope this is a learning lesson to you, Cardi B.
Right.
Don't listen to your sources. You continue to be the beautiful ghetto woman that you want to be.
Ghetto as hell, and that's the way we like it.
And that's all there is to it.
That's right.
You want to send your kids?
There is some good that can come from a hood.
And let me tell you something. I am not a big fan of Nicki Minaj.
No, I don't like that bitch.
I don't like her. I don't like that bitch.
And she don't like us either now.
I don't like that bitch at all. Not at all. Not in the least.
She's gonna have us blacklisted.
Bitch, I don't care. Bitch, I don't care. Nicki, let me. And I've had enough Texas tea where I can say this. Bitch, I don't like you. That's all there is to it. And
I don't like you neither. Don't be coming to my house.
And I'm not really that worried if you listen to this show because
she's not coming to your house.
If you listen,
what if Nicki Minaj knocks on your door with a big ass?
And I will tell her, bitch, turn around and go on back home.
And a box cutter in her hand.
Because no, I'm that queen.
Because I don't think Nicki's beyond the box cutter.
I don't think so either. But Nicki is from England. She all fake, so I don't really care.
She's from England.
That bitch is from England. She all fake.
I ain't never heard she was from England.
She is from that. She
I didn't
can
know
handle
that. Ain't that a,
Yes.
ain't that a blip, as Walona Woods would say on Good Times?
Ain't nobody studying her.
Ain't that Walona?
No,
Oh.
Nicki Minaj. Ain't nobody
'Cause I
studying.
love Walona.
Don't let that bitch come knocking on this door, because I will.
With a box cutter, because you know she will.
She can have a box cutter. I'll have my baseball bat ready. Come on, bitch. Bring it on. Bring that weave on, because we can do this. And I don't need a weave
Speaking of weaves,
to whoop your ass.
speaking of weaves, a lot of nice human hair comes out of India.
India, we need a clap for India.
Oh, girl.
The Indian Supreme Court has finally had the balls in a unanimous. It was a unanimous decision, by the way. It wasn't
Unanimous?
a 5 to.
I didn't know it was unanimous.
Yes, it wasn't a 5-4 vote.
Well, that's the tea.
It was unanimous. You can be gay in India.
Thank you.
Thank
It's about
you.
time.
It's about damn time. It is about damn time. I wanted to have. I thought about having.
You know, you ought to go out to India and get you some curry cock, girl.
I should. I should. Because curry cock is delicious, spicy. And,
All right,
delicious.
see? Ain't
I do
nothing
have
wrong.
heartburn later, but
Get you some of that curry, girl.
some curry is good. Good curry is good curry, girl.
Good curry is good curry.
And I live in a fabulous city where there is such a smorgasbord of delicious men to choose from.
Have you ever been with an Indian
I have been. Yes, I
man
have.
from India?
Yes.
I have too.
Mm-hmm.
When I was young, I was trying to collect tricks from around the world, and I got my India card years ago.
Yes, I got my India card years ago, and he was a fabulously gorgeous man, just gorgeous.
I don't
Slick
sleep with
back,
no ugly
black
people.
hair, dark skin, just beautiful. Don't remember his name, and even if I did, I would probably just tear it up. So
I don't
I'm not
believe
gonna
I
do
caught
that.
any of their names. But,
No, he was a lovely, lovely man.
that's a gay man in his 20s, though. We don't catch a lot of names. We catch a lot of tricks, but we don't catch a lot of names.
He was a lovely, lovely man, and we had a really good time together. But he had family issues, and of course,
Now those family issues will be different because of the change in culture. So that's
well,
a
the
good
law-
thing. It'll be beneficial.
I'm going to say this: the law changed. Does not mean that Indian culture has changed. Indian culture will slowly change.
Well, sure, because if the law changes, it opens up more opportunities. Excuse me, goodness, for folks to be free, honey. Because freedom is what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. So it will eventually.
I gotta be free. I gotta be me.
Exactly. And they are the largest gay population on the planet. So next
So
to the
there's
Chinese,
More
next to
than
the
enough
Chinese.
curry to go around, girl.
Next to the Chinese, we're talking about 1 billion people in India. We're talking about 3 billion people in China. And like I said, if 1% of the population is gay, that's a lot of gay people. That's a lot of gay people. That's a lot of fabulous gay men.
We're out there. We're
on
out
the
there.
Asian continent that I would love to explore. I would love to explore.
Oh, I think that would
I
be
love
fabulous.
every continent.
I have my card from Asia. So several different cards.
Here's what I would like to happen. Now that it's happened on the Asia continent, now that it has happened in India, I would love for it to happen in China. Although China is not really. Here's the thing about China. China is a
big communist over in China.
China is a catch-22. You can be gay as long as you're not out. And a lot more gay people in China are starting to come out.
And say, shut
And
we're here.
the government,
We're shut the hell up.
the government is going to have to recognize and understand that that is going to happen.
Right.
Africa, my Africa.
Your Africa.
When I say that, Africa, my Africa. Here is the thing. Most of your countries are starting to become developed. You are actually. Fascinating thing about Africa is the fact that they are better at using technology than we are. They are much better at using technology than we are.
Well,
and
shout out to Africa, honey.
but the thing is that
The ship didn't land in Africa, though.
But the thing
Where did
is,
they get their technology from?
from cell phones to the
so
internet
it is
to
from our ship.
pretty much. But they use it better. They know how to use it better. In fact, in certain countries, they use their cell phones as currency, not currency, but to pay bills, to do all this stuff that.
Well, hell, my mama uses her cell phone to pay bills.
Yeah, but they know how to do it better. They literally know how to do it better. But that's a topic that I don't want to get into.
Oh,
what I really want to get into is the fact that I would like to see Africa change when it comes to how they treat their fellow gays and lesbians. And I would love, and unfortunately, because of certain people who came from this country and told them.
Who are these people? Do you know their names? You're just not saying their names?
Oh, I could say their names, but I'm not going to.
Well, I blame. I'm kidding. I'm not going to say that.
But the thing is that
I'm going to hold that back.
I would like for most of it, with the exception of South Africa changed a long time ago, so that's fine. But for most of Africa, being gay is still very hard to do. And I would like to extend, and we still do extend.
We do, and we always give a shout out to those countries because it's really important for y'all to know you're not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. Anyway,
though we're far away, I am here to say you are not alone. So you are not alone, and
I can't do the high parts of that song.
Well, I'm not going to try to.
I'm not even going to try. Oh, Michael, honey, I know you were rolling in your grave, child, when I was singing that song.
He might have been rolling, but he was still going. Hee. Look at him. Yeah, exactly. So for all of you in Africa, look at India. Look at what India is doing, and please start accepting the people that are living in your country.
Exactly.
Please start doing that because you need to start doing that. A country works better when all its citizens are treated fairly and equally. That's how a country grows. That's how a country becomes
house divided can't stand up.
No, it cannot.
I don't know how that expression goes. It just occurred to me. Girl, I don't know how that expression goes. I'm just going, girl, your house can't stand, or in Africa's case, your hut cannot stand up. If your sticks are divided.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when those huts have internet and Wi-Fi.
But they ain't got no damn water.
Internet and Wi-Fi. That sounds ridiculous. Wi-Fi and cable.
Don't have no damn plumbing, but you got internet and cable.
You got Wi-Fi and cable.
Shitting and burying it in the backyard, but you got Wi-Fi
exactly.
and cable.
So we're gonna take just a couple of seconds. I want you to listen to M.A. Hatchade's Beach House music. It's great music. So we're just going to take a couple of seconds. So you guys do your thing, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Are you having another pee break?
And we're back. Hey, hello. I am going to make. You have heard us for now 35 episodes, and we've talked about my best friend, Miss David White. Shall we sing the song again? David White. Now, if you've seen the videos from our cruise and from the hotel, oh my God, the hotel was amazing. You saw that he had. He is our Mr. Wilson of the show. He does exist in real life.
Oh, the next door Wilson.
Yes, he does exist.
You were talking about Dennis.
Yes, because I've had people go, "Hey, Joel, I've listened to your show. Who is this David White person?" And blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, he's my best friend. He is not the type of person who would.
He hates me.
Oh.
I don't know why he hates me.
No,
what? I haven't spoken to the man in over 15 years.
I know.
No, I haven't spoken to him in about 5 or 6 or 7
It's probably been about 5 or 6 years. So I'm going to bring him up on the phone. I told him that he was going to be on the show, but he has some interesting information for me. So let's just listen. Hello, Miss White. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. You are now on the show.
Hello.
So I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the share situation.
We got going.
So we're going to go see Cher?
We talked about this.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I know. Where are we going to go see Cher?
When?
When and where?
It's in Jacksonville, Florida, and it is on Wednesday, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m.
Oh, wow. So we are going to see Miss Cher in Florida, Jacksonville. January 20... when?
3rd.
January 23rd. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I am so excited because now our gay card is about to be platinum. It is about, no, not platinum, I'm sorry, elite.
What is it? What did I just say?
Huh?
What did you say?
No, I was saying that our gay card is now going to be elite.
Yes, it is.
Diamond. Now when we...
Sure, the other day, she may not have any concerts left for that long,
Uh-huh. So, we are... Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. You are now hearing this on the air, folks. I'm going to share with my best friend, David White.
Well, congratulations.
And we are going to Jacksonville, Florida.
All right.
On January 23rd. I did get the date right?
Yeah, 23rd.
January 23rd.
Well, what a blessing.
And we're going to see the Queen of the Gays.
Yep.
The Queen of the Gays. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I want to...
I kind of think she was the Queen of the Gays before Madonna and before Lady Gaga.
Well, we love our Miss Madonna.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking bad about Madonna or Lady Gaga, but I think there was probably
And Lady Gaga, we can see her anytime. But we're talking about Cher. Girl, we're talking about Cher. Cher.
I think so. Blessed our life, I'm telling you. She's in age.
So, let me call you back. And I wanted to announce this on the show because this is the biggest gay news ever. This is the big. Say hello to Randy.
Hello.
Hello, Randy.
Hi.
How are you doing?
What?
I'm sorry. How are you? What did you say?
How are you, dear?
He wanted to,
I'm fine, sweetheart. It's nice to hear your voice.
But-
Lovely hearing yours too. Actually, not on a podcast.
Oh, we will be.
What?
We do have the podcast to do.
We do.
We do have. Remember, Miss White, we do have the podcast to do. So
Have fun.
I'm just let me know when it's going to be a day off so that we can do this, because that's going to be the next live show on sexualities.
Whatever.
Okay.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right. So we will talk to you later. Thank you for calling. And yes, sure, yes, and yes to the fact that we don't have to go to Canada. Oh my God.
Oh, girl,
I
don't
really
go
want
shade
to
at
go to
Canada.
Canada.
Oh no, Canada in February? You really want to go to Canada in February?
I'll
It's
go to
cold.
Canada
Bitch is cold.
I love you.
Bitch is cold.
Canada.
I thought I was going to have to buy a super big coat.
Oh, sure is.
But I already got shorts and everything else, so I'm ready. Let's just do this. All right, girl. We'll talk to you later. I'll call you later, girl.
All right, go. Talk to you later.
Bye.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Barbara
Yes.
Streisand's going to be very upset with you. You know she's the reigning queen of the gays.
She
It's
was.
Barbara, then Cher, then Madonna, then Gaga.
Let me tell you something about Cher.
It's Barbara, then Cher, then Madonna, then Gaga. That's the way it goes. And first it was Judy.
Okay, it's how old is Cher now?
Cher is 73.
How old is Madonna?
Madonna is 60, and it's time to sit down.
Okay, so who do you think we're gonna go see before Madonna?
Well, Cher, of course, because she is before Madonna. That's why I'm saying that's the pecking order.
And by the way,
and before Judy died, it was Judy, Barbara.
well, the thing is that, and I want
And
to
actually, Judy and Barbara were in the same. You know, they were. Judy was around until the late 70s. So that was going to be Judy and Barbara at the time, because Barbara came out on the scene, honey, and just by storm. So yeah, that's queen. That's the way it goes.
yes, ma'am, but
And Liza is a princess. She will always be a princess.
she's
And
hard.
Lorna, ain't nobody bless her heart. Lorna loved.
Okay, let me
Shout out to Lorna Luft. We love you, girl.
let me
Y'all need to give a little respect to Lorna.
let me tell you
She's
something
very
about
talented.
Miss Liza Minnelli. I love you. You
I
are
do too.
You're the crazy bitch
If
that
you've never seen a bitch perform on cocaine until you've seen Liza with
Exactly,
the Z, honey.
exactly.
That bitch for an entire hour danced and sang for 1 hour straight. Because that's how good that cocaine was in the 80s.
And let me tell you something. She was on my favorite show, Arrested Development, for a little while, playing the lover of. I'm not going to say Job, the other brother, but she was just fantastic.
Oh, she was fantastic.
She was
She's
fantastic.
a fantastic performer.
She's
all
a
around.
fantastic performer.
She's a triple threat bitch.
And she won my heart again in Arrested
The only
Development.
only person who can dance as well as she is Miss Shirley MacLaine. Because Miss Shirley MacLaine can cut a rug, bitch. Let me tell you something, y'all. Y'all ain't seen Shirley dance in a long time, but when she danced,
Before Miss Debbie Reynolds passed away,
God rest her soul.
God rest her soul. God rest Miss Debbie Reynolds' soul. God rest her soul.
And Carrie
because-
Fisher. God rest her soul.
I know, lost both of them at
1 day later.
1 day later. Lost her
It's
daughter.
called the broken heart syndrome, and it happens.
It does happen. It does happen when you lose your child before
Girl,
you
ain't
leave
nothing worse.
this. There's nothing worse.
But y'all about to lose us.
Because we're just about done. We're gonna have another Texas
Girl,
tea.
we're going to make some more tea, and we will see y'all next week.
Yes, we will see you next week.
Sugars. Love y'all, mean it.
Love you, mean it.
Even though y'all are some mean motherfuckers.
Once again, I want to say congratulations to India for
Shout out to India.
Shout out to India.
And
Good job.
Shout out to Sri Lanka, where we're doing a really good business.
Good job, Supreme Court. Good
Amen.
job.
They don't have to ban
Amen.
Supreme Court.
Yes, they do.
They do?
Yes, it was the Supreme
I didn't know
Court.
they had any kind
Yes.
of proper government.
Yes. Girl. No, you did not.
I'm kidding. Y'all ought to know me by now.
Anyway, goodbye, y'all. We will see y'all
Bye,
next
y'all.
week. We'll see you next week with a brand new show, live show. We'll talk to you next week.
Ooh, girl,
Well, our
live.
guest will be Ryan Boone, who is going to do the bi-curious thing. So
The bi-curious thing, it might kill our asses when he gets here.
we'll see you next week. Bye.